Hello everyone, can you guys hear me? Is there anyone out there really? I've not been streaming for like months now, maybe a year. So I'm not sure this thing is even still working and properly. Or maybe if the music that should be in the background is there or is too loud or please help me. Type something into the chat. Is there anyone? Let me see. There is one concurrent viewer and that might as well be myself. So in the meantime, the players are actually drafting because I'm such a bad streamer that I didn't ask them to wait, or maybe they were supposed to draft and then go back and draft again live. But so it goes. You have to deal with me if you want to see this match. I guess there's no way around. I mean, you can still mute and watch without audio, but well, the video is gonna be this one. And speaking of video, is it too zoomed out, too zoomed in? Who knows? The one concurrent viewer cannot tell me because I'm pretty sure that's myself. So I'm kind of whispering because kids are sleeping and you don't want me to wake them up because then you won't be able to hear anything at all. So it goes. Let me check for the last time with an incognito window if this is kind of working. And it seems like it's working, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and type to the players that they can actually get started. Okay, I've just told them that they can actually go ahead and start playing. There's no need to draft again. And we should talk a bit about what we have here. We have a control match for sure, as you can see from the lineup. That looks very, very, very symmetric to me, except wiwwt or as Akrit and Apples as Shilavi. Other than that, we have the same 3 hero that you can expect from a mono blue control deck. What you wouldn't expect is these kind of victory cards that are all about killing. The Tamer, defeat 2 enemy heroes using an outsider. Obstinacy, defeat the same enemy hero twice. And Onslaught, defeat just 3 enemy heroes and GG. Probably one of the fastest, without the probably, one of the fastest victory conditions. So, with this said, I cannot see the chat. They typed something for me, I cannot see it, I just pretend it's nothing important. Because in the meantime, player went ahead and got some cards right. And they even did their mulligan. WT gave away a Wind Blast and a Chasm, 2 3-mana cards. You should know Eric, I'm gonna call him Eric from now on, has like so many 3-mana cards that I can imagine most of them in his hand now are 3-mana cards. On the other hand, a Psychic Shield Impervious got discarded because of course he's not expecting many attacks from Eric. So now Brilver is activating and he shapeshift Strida first, takes a move action, but wait, he's thinking about it. Yeah, okay. It is kind of like, I like to say E2, E4 in chess. You just move the central pawn forward and it's either Ogozai or Brilvar or a tank. And in this case, of course, he's leading from end, trying to, challenge Eric to do something in response. That was first activation from Brilver. Let me see in the YouTube chat what sound is good. There's Pythoner, that's really good. Thanks Pythoner. Looks like it's me and you now, so please keep me company. Oh, one concurrent viewer just joined. It's nice to not be alone. Please write something in the chat. Don't make me feel all alone and sad. My brother Ricardo might be able to join me in like 20 minutes or so. Until then, it's just me, you, and the music. Can you hear the music? It's from Parolo, one skater player from Italy, who actually recorded this soundtrack last year, just for us, just for Skater. In the meantime, Frail changes lanes from left to right, and before that, she shapeshifted Astrida, and then took a lead from deck because Eric is confident this lead from deck is very likely a 3. So Astrida moves forward into the cover X on the same lane of the enemy Frail, kills a creep and does her thing like lose 2 life and spawn a minion. That's what you would expect from her. Now we should talk about forecast here. Is this gonna be a long match, like 4 or 5 turns? Very likely. How is it gonna end? Tiebreaker, maybe, if I had to bet on it. But there is a but, and that is Shilavi. Shilavi is going to provide some kind of sustained damage on the side of Apples, and that might help kind of break the balance of the game somehow. Because on the other hand, I'm pretty confident that Eric is not going to attack a single hero once, basically. Maybe just Shilavi to disarm her with the Astrida passive. Astrida passive says, what is Song of Leothan? So that could be used to disarm and, you know, reduce the damage output of Shilavi. In the meantime, Astrida finishes her activation with a lead, and the other Astrida, or Astrida, I never know how to pronounce it, goes on the lane, attack, lose 2 life, spawn, and is gonna lead, I bet, from maybe from end or from deck. Okay, from deck. Is Eric is stubborn. He knows the game is gonna be long and drawing is not gonna be easy. So you wanna keep all the cards, all the sinkles, chasm, and all that nice stuff in hand. The ultimate. Let me have a look at the chat. We have 5 concurrent viewers. That's nice. We're getting famous. And there is Tapeworm. Hey Joseph, hello, welcome. And Frail, look at this. How mirrorish this is. Frail is going on the same lane as Astrida, but not standing in a cover X. He's not scared of anything. She's not. And Frail is going to attack a creep far away. Oh no, that Song of the Siren. You want this card in hand. You don't want to flip it for a minion. Well, so it goes. That's Skytar. This can happen. And then it's gonna be a lead from where? Another lead from end. So this is something interesting for us because Apples is keeping losing, quote unquote, losing cards from his hand, 2 already, while Eric has lost none of them so far. So if this is any indication of a trend, we might see Apples starving for cards at the end of turn 2. Unless he has Nature Reclaims or what is the draw 2 called? Anyway, any drawing cards. In the meantime, just because we like mirrors, the Eric Brilvar moves into the dome, this time lead from hand because he really wants to make sure it's a 3, and he worship on Astrida so that she is ready next turn to keep spawning like she likes to do. And Tapeworm, yes, victory cards are rough with these 2 decks, I agree. I was wondering with Original Outsider if we can see a Tamer, but I kind of doubt it. But it's probably the most likely victory card here that's gonna happen. Because I don't see making an onslaught of Eric heroes with this without mages. Well, I mean, Freya counts as a mage, but still. And even, well, Obstinacy, not even that really. But, you know what? It's good to have so many concurrent viewers, but why don't you guys make your prediction in chat and we see who'll get it right. I'll make mine. I'll make mine because I'm casting, so I have to write. So my prediction is, oh, in the meantime, Shilavi, I should not get too distracted. Shilavi moves in. And think about what to do. In the meantime, my prediction is I'm gonna go wild. Obstinacy done by Apples on Astrida on turn 5. Just before losing by Nexus. I also predict my kids are going to wake up and make a lot of noise before then. Now it's your turn to predict. And let me see the chat. We have Pythoner saying, one thing to keep in mind, words leading from end, depending if they don't cast cards. Leading from end might make a lot of sense because you'd have to discard otherwise. Yeah, it's true, you have to discard, but at the same time, you decide what to discard, right? So you end up with a better hand of cards. So there is value even in keeping cards and going over the limit and then discarding, I think. It kind of mitigates the bad luck or the variance. In the meantime, what happened? Ekrit jumps into the dome just to mirror Shilavi. We see a Nourish coming from Strida, of course. Keep it full HP. My prediction is slipping away already. And what did Ekrit do? I don't know, honestly. Let's look at interface. Move, worship, and attack. Of course, she cleared the lane, the right lane. Now it's time to flip for control. We have a 3 from Frail, and we have a 3 from Astrida. That is Avalanche. That's another ultimate you want to have in hand in this kind of matchup, because that's the potential to push away 1, 2, if you're really, really good and lucky, 3 enemy heroes in a different control area, or maybe even out of it. Then the other lane, look at that, another Avalanche going, and Eric got a bit too optimistic with this, and it's a 2 mana lead from end that costed him the loss of this control. There's no tactician or that kind of stuff, but still it's good to keep the pressure high. If your only plan is to win by Nexus, right? You want to have 2 lanes pushed, otherwise kind of extra hard. And what else? We have the third control. We know already there's gonna be a tie, and now they are spawning. There is a nature reclaims and an ice wall, of course. Why would you need an ice wall against Eric? Well, you might want it actually. And also I'm surprised there is a Nightmare Incarnate here. I didn't do the homework. I didn't check the decks carefully enough. I have to confess this. But the good news is I can do it now. In the meantime, there is Joseph, also known as Tapeworm, predicting Nexus. Well, yeah, Joseph might be right. He knows Eric quite well. They are in the same play test group, I should say. And I know Eric, plan A is always to go for Nexus as a plan A, so it's fun. I think he has a plan B with Hunting for Power or against very aggro decks, maybe, but it's not the case today. We are entering turn 2, and I think people have to discard eventually. Let me see. It's 3-6 versus 6. Oh, there is also the interface that could tell me this, but I'm not good enough to know. Here, 6 and 6, okay. They have already discarded. No, they haven't. We don't think so. Okay. Now Atlas is thinking. What is he thinking about? Like, now both players have one lane pushed, so going for Nexus is, or let's say Tower Breach first, is an option for both. A very hard option, I should say. And I'm looking forward for some card play that is going to break the balance and the mirror-ish situation we are facing now. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and look at their decks, because why not? I should have done it before tournament. You can blame me. You can blame me. So where is it? February World Qualifier, 2 lane players. We have Eric, we have Atlas. By the way, decks are public knowledge. Everyone can look at them. I'm gonna post them in the chat just for fun. They are, wait, what? I got distracted. And they are even writing something that I cannot see. So let's enable the chat first of all. That might help me see it. No, because there is this thing. How do I get rid of the outsider? Tape, if you're here, take notes. I cannot see the chat. Let me remove the HUD, the stream overlay for a second. There is actually my brother who just came in. There we go. Okay. That was the sound. It wasn't a chat actually. So my brother should actually join me in Discord. Yeah. Discord, streamer booth. He doesn't hear me. He doesn't hear me because I've pushed talk. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay. Welcome everyone. I'm a little bit late to the party.
Well, they should say welcome to you. Because we have started already and...
what did I miss here?
I don't know, they're using a big... Is it... Wait, is it a single? What? Is it a single already? What? We have just seen a flag single first activation of turn 2. That is... played. Wow.
Yes, everyone.
Yeah. Is that to taunt back? I don't understand. Can you understand it? Did you see where it landed? Oh, I'm telling you. He's going to taunt 3 heroes. 3 heroes. So if Eric does not have a charm, and then let me check. This might be it, guys. This might be exactly what I was telling you. Like, I was looking forward for a card play that could break this mirror situation, and I'm gonna tell you, Eric does not have a charm or a condition removal. And you know, this kind of sucks big time for him now. Sinkhole, probably the strongest card in the game, is already making waves because it's gonna bring Freya in, I'm pretty sure. And it's gonna make sure it's taunting 3 heroes, including the very important accurate. And so 3 attacks are going to be wasted. And that means a lot in a control, well, anytime, but especially in this control mirror. I don't know what they are pinging. Oh, there is.
This was everything in response to disarm mistake. Trying to figure out the game is like complete mirror match except for
Shilavi and accurate.
Shilavi and accurate.
But the victory cards are aggro, so it's kind of Nexus or nothing.
There's no control victory card next.
Yeah, it's probably the slowest game we could have asked for in terms of setup and matchup. Now, all this mess started with a Snowblind, but it's not about that, right?
Yeah, so there's no blind.
It's
only Brilver at the end.
yeah. I don't. I mean, I guess he wanted to disarm 2 heroes. Yeah, fair enough. But you know what? I wouldn't want to be Eric now because Brilvar is going to activate. In the meantime, my friend Smios is telling me not to get distracted.
Also,
It's easy for him because he's watching probably TV or playing Dota while I'm here. What's up?
no, I mean, Tate said that I'm very, very quiet on the stream, so probably you can tune up a little bit my volume.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because there was music and I tuned down the music, but you're not music anymore, so
I can sing. Probably the music's still better than me, but yeah, is it better now, guys? Can you hear me?
They should, and you should also play like sing or something so that there's no silence because I don't know how to have both low music and high player voice, so it's your responsibility.
All right, so we have a game that will probably last 4 rounds.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
But this is big, man. This single is always big, but this is particularly big.
Well, I don't see what it really did because I mean
he put 3 Eric heroes together and they're gonna be taunt, right?
He's activating Shilavi, so Eric can move before.
He's activating Shilavi.
So, yeah.
No.
So, I mean, accuracy is gone for sure. I mean,
but why did he start?
Warp or something, but everyone else is safe and sound.
But why did he? I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, that doesn't seem like a good single to me.
No, it's real bad. I'm such a bad caster. I don't even know who is activating. But actually,
there's the new cool
I know,
light blue aura around.
I know, but I said I'm bad caster. So the other Brilvar now is going to taunt Astrida. I'm so sad. Like I wanted to see the triple taunt, and that's not gonna happen.
But I think the Apple's strategy does make sense because I don't see any of these 2 guys breaching a tower and destroying a Nexus before around 24 or 25. So I think that killing a couple of heroes, maybe with Tamer or Obstinacy,
it's gonna win by tiebreaker, right?
And then technically there's no tiebreaker in a playoff game.
So you have to come up with a rule and tell them, I think, because they're not aware of that.
At some point, oh really?
Hey, what does it mean there's no tiebreakers? They play another game?
No, another round until someone wins. That's what is written in the rules.
Are you sure?
Yeah, almost sure. Just gonna check my own rules and tell you.
Yeah, first thing, check that, and then maybe check that they are aware. Two things. So in the meantime, I was so distracted by Let's Blame Ricardo that I didn't realize Shilavi was indeed activating instead of Brilwar. And all this was played in response to an attack from Shilavi to Accurate that brought her down to 11. Now I'm gonna try to be a better streamer, more aware of what's going on. For example, now we're gonna see the double taunt we were talking about with Apples Brilvar getting closer with a skirmish. And as you probably know, deck lists are public, so Apples is fully aware that Eric is not able to charm away the shapeshift from Brilvar, meaning that sinkhole still got quite some value, I have to say, because 2 attacks are going to get be stolen away this way. So
okay, apparently you were right. We did change the rules, and there is tiebreak on playoff games as well. And who win by tiebreak win the game. So the extra round is played only if there is a tie in the tiebreak.
Yeah. So I mean, it's having a killer like Shilavi is going to give him a hedge on the tiebreakers, definitely. Because 1 kill is going to give me 1 token on onslaught and 1 kill. So that's enough to win by tiebreakers.
Yeah, you can still lose a tower or take a lot of damage on the towers and still win the game. So yeah, that's going to be huge for Apples.
But also, like, this sinkhole in the end wasn't too bad, I think. And in the meantime, let's try to follow the match. Astrida moves and bewitch a minion. This lane is getting out of control, actually. Lane number 1. We're gonna see soon 2, 4, 6 minion. And 0 on the other side.
The Nexus plan is a thing now with
maybe yes.
Dwarf on the left lane and Astrida taunted on the other lane. So
right. And Shilavi that could have done 2 kills on a creep that already activated. So Nexus is definitely a thing. Now let's go have a look at the. In the meantime,
it's also the token number 1. So pushing that lane is kind of an insurance against the extra pushing the other lane.
Yeah, and if I look at the deck of Apples, he doesn't have Call the Pack, that could help a lot. He has Presence, he doesn't have Bewitch, so it doesn't look too good at all.
But wait, where are the flip decks?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought...
Isn't that the deck of the day and the week of the year? And
we're about to completely change the rules of Skyterra. No, I'm kidding. But they're going to change. And we did hold this to nerf or shake up the meta.
Well, not really. It's just more to bring a bit more the MOBA feeling in the games.
Yeah, but that indirectly means also make sure +2 decks don't have this kind of edge they have now, because they should be punished for ignoring the lanes for the first 2 rounds. Anyway, we did all this, and then here we are, top 8, a mirror of control. So
the first World Qualifier of the year.
Yeah, it sounds like I stopped streaming like a year ago when this was the meta. Everyone was playing like this, I think, and now here we are again. So it's fun.
You're back, and you bring back with your 8 Lighten Eras.
Yes.
The trick.
But I like the fact that slightly aggressive, so a bit more balanced player has an edge if he doesn't get nuked with the Nexus.
So meanwhile, Freya is doing things.
I think that sinkhole should have been used a bit differently. Now that I see at the lanes and the board setup. But at the same time, let's have a look at lane number 2, shall we? Because
Well, lane number 2 is a stall probably. I mean,
the 2 attacks from Freya and the Ekrit are not going to do anything. And the Strider might actually charm away the taunt and spawn. So let me see the deck list. Yes, there are charms.
still,
3 charms.
On who, sorry?
Apples has 3 charms in the deck. 2 are in the discard, so 1 might be in hand. So if he steals the condition, he can spawn and actually really pressure the lane.
Well, it still has a blind lead, so it will turn to be for 4 against 1 minions, so still not able to crumble the towers this turn. This means destroying the Nexus for Apples is not an option. It's not an option because he's going to certainly lose on the control token number 1 before he can actually pull that. So tie break and probably the Tamer slash Obstinance is the only thing you can hope for.
Yeah, so it should actually bring a Strider to the other lane, right? If he can charm away the taunt.
Yeah, I will just run away and play a Strider on the other.
Yeah, she's taunt though, so she needs the last charm in the deck. Must be in his hand or it's screwed.
Yeah.
And we can see Eric is a pro at destroying Nexuses. This is an example, right? Round 2 against second turn against a control deck, and is already breaching the tower likely.
This is what we talked about yesterday. What is your A plan in the game, Eric? And he said, okay, destroying the Nexus.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really care about all the victory cards. You just keep going like a train in front of the Nexus.
That's crazy, like that he can achieve this. And even having suffered a single, you know, that basically knocked out 2 heroes attacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty hard to survive 3 or 4 turns against a flip deck, but in a mirror of control, that's not kind of a danger for him.
Look, in the meantime, Ekrit is going to move forward all in on lane number 1. This is looking real bad for Atlas, real bad. And let's have a look at the YouTube chat.
The dome is Apple's dome. And yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's not nice.
I still agree with you that Strider should definitely run away from the lane and just leave that lane because she has no purpose to be there.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the YouTube chat here. The single did get Shilavi out of disarm. Yeah, okay, thanks Pythoner. I wasn't paying attention. Still not sure. Yeah. Okay, there is Alexei Pereplitsa. I've never seen him. Hi, welcome. There is Zaragul. Hi. So Python says, I think Eric's positioning is looking good here. Yeah, those minions are going to be problematic. Yes. Apples apparently, if Pythoner is right, Apples only has 2 soul screen to wave clear. And Tape says center on the board. Okay, sorry.
There's still a thing that I don't understand. Freyalia is definitely the strongest Lightning hero, and it's nuts. We all agree about that. That's no doubt. There's no doubt. But in a mirror of control, I don't think she had any real value to the deck and to the matchup, because it's just a move attack lead girl. I mean, keeping things alive is not a thing, and there's nothing else she can really do because shooting people with like healing is not a thing as well. So I'm really curious to see, understand why did Apples
bring
her, because I mean I didn't see the draft, so maybe Apple started with a Shilavi and Eric answered Freya, which does make sense, but Apples doesn't seem to be anytime bothered by any kind of aggro.
Well,
so yeah, Freya.
So we should see the alternative for Apples. The alternative was Korjaf, that is clearly built for with barring the way and for anti for power. So
It's still better than Freyal in this matchup. I mean,
Because it's always
it
piercing, right?
is always piercing is not gonna be killed by any of the heroic heroes because it just doesn't attack.
Yes.
We all know that. So
And
and barring the ways,
it's
actually
useful.
+2. So, yeah, it's useful.
It could have stopped actually Astrida from bewitching, and yeah. Well, in the meantime, let's follow the match because that's what we should be doing actually. Astrida could not get away from the taunt, right? So he attacked Brilvar, move, and skirmish. Chipping out health. A tamer might coming, you know? A tamer might coming at the end of the
It's
turn.
very difficult, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one way out for at least. The problem is the breach is real, right? The breach is real.
Oh, the breach is almost done, yeah.
The breach is real, 100%.
It's done, yeah. I mean, unless there is like some kind of...
A blue quick shot that we're not aware of.
Yeah, well, I think Shove is probably the only option she can have on Astrida to keep the tower alive.
Yes.
So to push out accurate since
yes.
she doesn't have loss in
But the problem is Freyal could, and is actually, stepping in. So he would need 2 shoves. So it's still possible if he has them in the deck.
We know that Eric is an analyst, so it doesn't leave space to the,
to the shoves to change the plan. Let's see if he has shoves. No, it doesn't. So it's real bad. And another nourish because tamer will not be an option.
What was the last Apple's heroes?
Let me see. Accurate, actually. Accurate with 3 time warps. 2 espionage.
That was much better than Freya as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think they got scared by the victory condition and didn't think it through. Because if you look at the victory,
neither of the two can achieve them. So
I know. I'm saying with 3 victory, they said, okay, Freya, because both have Korjov, and so it was a threat to somehow.
All right.
I think with Freya and Korjov, you can actually do onslaught. With this setup,
close, man.
Why? Because
it's impossible.
Freya is a second mage, right?
The average Eric deck flip, it's probably
no. I'm talking about apples. The average flip, if he brings Shilavi, Freya, and Korjov, and Astrida, is +1.3. So you could have definitely dealt some serious damage. I think.
I wouldn't go for that plan. Yeah. So the tower is done, blown up as expected.
Wow.
No surprise.
Wow.
The other lane as well is pushed from Eric. So Apples is 100% out from the game, from the control game.
And maybe from the game. What is his way out here? What can you see? Onslaught definitely rolled out.
Well, it's tiebreak. Tiebreak is the only.
So resist 3 full rounds with the Nexus.
It's gonna be like Skytar, or it's tower defense.
It's a tower defense. That's what's becoming.
Nexus for a lot of minions.
Because I can tell you already that the other tower is gonna breach this turn or the next at the latest. So then it's gonna be fun to defend both sides.
I have no idea how we can stand and survive. Also because now it's turn 3, and turn 3 is when Eric deck becomes a nightmare.
Yeah, because it's like Sinkhole, Chasm, and what else? Those are enough, I think.
All kind of cards that are pain in the ass, Eric has in his deck. So
what I don't understand is why didn't he brought Tlakali?
Eric, you mean?
Yeah. Isn't it great with a mirror control match?
Well, surely is 1,000 times better than Freya. And probably even better than Brilvar. I mean, the only scope of Brilvar in this game is try to deny 1 or 2 if the opponents make mistakes, or spend a lot of cards in that to deny 1 or 2 attacks of the.
Yeah, what we saw before, right? 2 attacks got
basically you use a hero to kill a minion, because what you do by denying an Astrida activation is probably kill a minion. So I mean,
I guess
that's not
safeguard
exciting.
is more
Yeah,
efficient this way.
safeguard. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I can see Tlakali much better.
Tlakali also
reroll
with 3 sudden destruction can be a real pain in the ass. And 2 Twister of Souls, crazy.
Yeah, since he is going second, sudden distraction in this kind of match is a very
it can
good
make
card,
the
I think.
game, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
In the meantime, Appless is grabbing the outsider and is going to try to defend the lane, but the outsider cannot reach the minions. Can he? Yeah, I think he can. Wow. I would love to see a rematch with Appless going full aggro with Korjaf, Shilavi and Freya. Because Freya can be aggro, right? So, especially when you are 100% sure there's no charm, which is the case of Eric, Freya is real, like, better than Cetera, I think. He has 1 mana Shatter Nightmare Incarnate, essentially.
And also, I guess that Eric doesn't run shield as well. So
he doesn't, of course. So he could have just held the lane, slowed down the game, and killed, and won maybe for tiebreak. I don't know. It's another game though. Definitely not this one.
So my forecast was wrong. I don't think we'll go to turn 25.
Very wrong,
yeah.
And mine as well.
But yeah, it's probably unlikely to go to turn 4 as well. I mean, 7 minion is a thing.
Definitely yeah, 7 minion is a thing. Thanks God there's Bewitch or Astrida cannot spawn, but still. Now we are seeing an attack from the outsider on Freya, but man, this looks very bad.
In confusion. I don't think Apples has any plan at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't have either at this point. Probably not even before. I wouldn't be in top 8 in the first place, but that's another story.
No worries. I will do even more mistakes in a few hours when I play the first King of the Hill game.
All right, guys, stay tuned. What time? In how many
hours? I don't know,
hours?
actually. It should be around 5 or 6 GMT time, but I won't swear about that.
Can you check in Discord so we can tell people?
Yep.
And all the 13 concurrent viewers will be aware of it. In the meantime, I think one kid got awake, so all my whispering for nothing. And we are discarding end of turn stuff. The outsider did a shockwave and instill energy. That is like draw 1 power card. And we
5 p.m. GMT.
5 p.m. GMT, so that means in exactly 2 hours and 45 minutes, you guys can see my brother Ricardo playing against Bearcat.
And being destroyed.
In the first King of the Dome or King of the Hill match in the history of Skyter, which essentially is a format made by Eric.
Every Sunday a match is played,
every Sunday.
And the winner always stay in charge. So I will be the king until someone defeat me, and the first player will defeat me will be the new king, and so on. And
there's a twist that is the challenger can name a hero. I think he named the Variald for Ricardo, so Ricardo must play Variald. And maybe there are other rules, but I forgot about them. Like if a hero is defeated, you cannot.
Yeah, if I lose any hero and I win the King of the Hill, I cannot use these heroes the next week.
Yeah, so you get fewer and fewer heroes you can draft from. In the meantime, in the YouTube chat. There's not much going on except Samuel Ferreira, hi Samuel, saying that Eric deck have 16 3-mana cards. Right. That's almost disgusting to see to me. But hey, look at the results. And
well, there are flip decks which have like 25 1-mark cards. So.
yeah, exactly. It's just the opposite here. And it's so fun to see that both are viable and competitive. I just like to play more balanced stuff, but that's just me.
Me too, yeah.
So, in the meantime, first activation, Brilver is doing the taunting, of course. Move, skirmish, and shapeshift himself. I already know that. So
the problem is that
why?
apples have no minions, so I mean taunting a specialist where there are no minions. That's no value.
I think that is GG. Pretty much. I mean, Brilver is not even in the control area, so. And I think, Ricardo, you should take the lead of this, because I'm gonna put the push to talk or something here, because it's gonna get kind of loud from now on.
The kids wake up?
Yes, one kid woke up, and
all right.
I mean, I can be around, but let me see if I can put the push to talk.
So what is activating at the moment is Astrida, which I think it's kind of a little bit mistaken by Herrick, because if I will be him, I would have left Astrida as the very last hero to activate. That's easy because the only way I can kill a minion and spawn a minion with their ability. Oh, that's probably a reason why.
Yeah, so I was about to say, unless you add Song of the Siren, that's another. Yeah. That's a reason to go first.
Still, it's not the best reason, because I mean, Astrida can spawn a minion probably with his attack action, and so making your Astrida defeat that minion, spawn one minion back, is a bigger difference than just forbid Freyal to kill a minion. So the trade.
But did he target Frail or Astrida? Because if he target Astrida, there's no problem.
I have no idea.
But more importantly, it's just one less hero, one less presence, if any. So.
I think targeting Astrida is sure the best option here. Not sure if it did.
But it's so fragile with all the Sinkhole and Chasma, and it's exactly a 3 range. But yeah, again,
that's why defeating the minion with Astrida as very last activation was the safest way to go for me.
But then you don't use the ultimate at all, right? Because all are exhausted already.
Yeah. Even though it's pretty even hard to reach, because the minion will spawn on the control token, and reach that spot with Astrida, it's not easy.
There you
Sinkhole is response from Brilver, I think. Yes. Okay, this courtesy of tape, which is the AOE, is not loading correctly, not for me as well.
I can see it properly.
Okay, so that's just my fault.
But yeah, for example, I would have tried to jump into the dome to sing a song to Shilavi, because she could have the ultimate that clears like 2 minions alone, right?
Yeah, 2 minions. Smelt is very happy because there are so many Lighten heroes in this game. Okay, I cannot see anything because for me it's just a big white square. But
no, but people can see it. I can tell.
All right.
So, it's centered on Astrida.
On Astrida, and probably bring her, bring Ekrit back, so she just sneak out of loss of an end range of the other Astrida. I'm also curious to understand how a Siren can sing a song to another Siren Charmer, but
Well, they're different songs, I guess, and
All right, so
I
she's
don't know.
not used.
We need a lore guy for this. He always have a way out.
All right, so Single went off, and Accurate is in the dome. The other Australia is out of loss and range. Seems like the Song of the Siren from Eric is not going to resolve.
Unless he casts like 2 singles in response or something. Or one, actually.
Well, just one.
Just one.
I'm pretty sure a single can revert a single.
Yeah.
Probably is not 100% sure all the times, but
Or a chasm from Accurate.
so now I guess Eric is man-walling the side of the dome to try to block as many as Apple zeros as possible. And of course leading from deck, because his deck is like leading from hand. There's not much difference.
Whenever I see single, I remember during the Kickstarter, like many of the cards that you see now were like stretch goals, right? That we added to the Kickstarter box based on the success of the campaign, right? So if you reach a certain amount of dollars, you add the new cards. And I remember so clearly that single was the one that was we were all Kickstarter campaigns are the same. Like they are very strong on the first 2 days, and then they kind of go flat or almost flat. And single was exactly at that moment. So I think it stayed as a stretch goal longer than any other power cards. I just think it's fun.
A little sign. We need
sign, yeah.
Yeah, to catch the sign and just don't print single.
Yes, and print it differently. But so it goes.
So now it's time for Shilabi. So what is a killer trying to do in a match where there's no one to kill? I mean, probably Accurate is the best meat for her, but
yeah, but with so many responses,
even though she can kill her, which is
doesn't make any difference, right?
Doesn't make a lot of difference. Yeah,
I think it's just playing for the honor at this point. Die with honor.
I guess we now see like a Chasm or a Single or
a random 3-mana card.
Ice Wall from River.
No, not even.
Yeah, I'm sure that with Korjov, Apples would have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's out of question. And maybe it would have been the first match in Skytar history where Korjov wouldn't have died.
Maybe he would have died anyway, but bringing with him a lot of.
But how? With skirmish? Skirmish after the other.
Made of air, Everyone can kill Korjov, even the minions if they get angry.
Like minions revolted. So tell us about the deck you're gonna bring later.
Okay, I have an idea. I still have to do that, but probably it's gonna be a blue-green with a couple of options. One of control, one of aggro, depending on the victory conditions. Everything built around Varel, of course, because for some reason I need to pick Varel. So I got a blue variation with a lot of shapeshift trick, and the green variation with a lot of pillars and
Bearcat, if you're listening, pretend you're not, okay? I don't know if Bearcat is talking. So it's gonna be a Varel built to shoot arrows or to survive, because it's one or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, which one is gonna be?
Depend. If I take the blue part, it's gonna be to survive,
okay.
Or if I take the green part, it's gonna be to shoot arrows.
Shoot arrows, because we like to see arrows flying. Do you have a Oguzai or Smelt Arrow?
No, I tried, but I was not brave enough to be a king with Oguzai and Varel the first game.
Ah, that's weakness.
I'm a coward,
Who knows with the new living rules coming out how the balance and the meta is gonna change. If Varil is gonna get better, it's likely, right?
Yeah, she will become a beast.
A beast.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, she's gonna be like how we wanted her to be. Then other living rules got in her way, especially the worship without targeting. But also like
absolutely.
more +2 cards.
Meanwhile, Akri did her activation, just moving attack and leading from deck end, which is and at this point is almost 100% sure that the right tower is gonna fall. So the Apple's left tower is gonna fall as well. So regardless of it can still survive this round, with Nexus, surviving the round 4 will be possible, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we need to print cards to come back from this. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
The hardest part for me in the game I will play later on with Berkat, King of the Hill, will be to try to not mess up too many rules, because it's like 2 months that I'm playing with the new living rules.
People expect you to cheat and come up with your own rules, so it's not a problem.
Oh, nice.
You can always pretend you're confused, and
I am really confused.
You also have excuses for when you lose, right? So don't worry.
Nice. So Apples is trying to pick who is going next, and I don't really know who can be. I mean, a Strider probably, but
I guess Pythoner, who is it? Someone written in chat that, yeah, Pythoner. 3 of the top 8 decks are blue, and it's say close to, at the beginning there were 7-8 out of 25 that were blue. So actually fewer blue decks, but more got, in proportion, more got into the top 8.
Yeah, the blue decks went really well in the first qualifier as well.
I think the World Finals meta got not skewed because of the format, right? Where you had to do 2 map and 1 deck, and blue weren't as good as an answer, like blue control, as good as an answer. So that's why we have seen, I think, a final with 2 flip decks and hyper aggro. That's my guess, at least.
I'm really not sure what he's trying to search the discard for, because
yeah.
Try to bring on screen the. Can you bring on screen the Apple stack?
I wish I could. Let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna try on the fly to add a new source.
So why is trying to think what he can do? We can try to think what he can do as well.
Yeah, that's fun. Let's do that. So hold on.
So Strider seems to go right now, and likely to transform, attack, and lead. If you, oh, the Soul Scream. The Soul Scream is a thing, because you can probably survive this round with just 3 minions. Oh wow, Astrida is dead.
What? So a Soul Scream came out?
A Soul Scream came out
from Astrida? Sorry, I'm messing with the window. I shouldn't. With the browser. Okay, here. And was it countered?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Is that
So
enough to actually hold?
Three minions are gone. Now she can kill another minion with attack. And not sure why Strider did kill only 2 minions instead of 3.
Yeah, it's thinking about which one to kill, I think.
Ah, which one to kill, right?
And
okay.
I guess you wanna make whole, or you don't. You don't.
Not really. I mean,
Well, for Shilavi, did she activate already? No. Yeah, she did.
I mean, if Apples can hold the Nexus, and it's very likely it can do that at this point. Accurate is probably dead with the Outsider, and with a dead Accurate, Tamer can be a thing.
Then he has one full turn to do it.
Yeah. The problem is that if Eric spotted, there is a place for Braver that stop positioning the Outsider to be capable of killing Accurate. Because if he's going to place the Brilvar just on top of Accurate, there's no space where Apples can place the Outsider to kill Accurate.
And I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that. And he also has so much mana left. He might have nourishes and...
But also, Shilavi has a lead from deck, and the last activation will be Brilvar, and it's pretty easy to go inside the dome and even win or tie the Outsider.
Yeah. So definitely Soul Scream gave him some oxygen, but it's still long way from being a way out. He's not losing this turn maybe, but he needs to win, right?
Not losing is not winning.
Unless you get to the tiebreak win, which is then it becomes a winning, sort of. Because killing just one hero will be enough to win at the tiebreak. But you need to resist 2 more full turns.
So he didn't even shift the Strider to make a minion, because Freyal would have killed that minion anyway, so... Just in case he kept the 2 extra life.
The problem is the other breach is coming. Then how do you hold the Nexus from both sides? For 2 turns. That's close to impossible.
I guess now it's the turn of Freyal to do barely nothing.
Also, yeah, you cannot spawn, remember.
You cannot make a minion because there's no tower, right?
Yeah.
So, still thinking who is going to be activated? So Braille it is. Let's see if he's going to block the spot for... okay, he's just going to take the lead of the dome. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but...
there's literally no option to win for Apples. If you lose the dome this turn and you cannot kill Accurate...
No, but even if he killed Accurate, Nexus would trigger before the Outsider next turn, right? So...
yeah, absolutely.
So it's super hard to come out of this.
So he's even going to taunt the Shilabi for the next turn, just in case someone might die, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Eric knows how to push. We have to concede that.
So Ferial is the only one left for apples, and well, rather than just attack and get out, I don't know what she can do actually. Because even with a presence, she can try to tie the dome, but she cannot win because the other Freya is going to do the same. So she's just copycat her.
Yeah.
So there's no way, I think, to win the dome for apples. Try to bring the apple stack on a bit, and we see.
Okay, I'm gonna mess again with the browser thing here.
Shenanigans you can have.
It's on screen actually. I'm just not sure how to do this.
Maybe he has some cards from future, or I don't know, some very tricky cards.
Okay, so you have to open YouTube somehow.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Or go directly to the link. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I think Soul Scream is the display capture.
Not sure what's going on.
Okay. I think people are seeing the deck now. And
I don't. So I don't think they are doing either.
There's a bit delay. So there's like 10 seconds delay. But I'm gonna tell you, Soul Scream, Presence are the only thing that can make kind of wave clearing.
Alright, so
then there's the ultimate of Shilavi.
A lot of useless healing, presence, Chasm.
Yeah, Freya was essentially a wasted slot.
Totally.
Unless you use it as a mage, but then Khrushchev is just more efficient.
So there's no magic trick or
no Wind Blast, for example. That would help.
Wind Blast, or I don't even know what you can have to try to win this game, but I mean, surely not with that deck. All right, I think you can get rid of the deck.
I will.
Everyone
is complaining.
Seen the deck. No, it's just seen the deck, and everyone so that there's no much.
I can put the music back on, maybe. Let me see. Time to level up my skills.
Yeah, I mean,
people let me know if it's too loud or something. The 12 concurrent viewers we have can let me know. You don't hear it, right? Because
I don't.
It's recording from my computer. There is a soundtrack made by Parolo, one of players last year, I think, already 1 year ago. From Italy, a player that recorded this just for Skyterm live streams. Big kudos to him. It's very nice. Team Covenant used it as well in their live streams. Maybe we can put it on the first.
We can make a spin-off in a window inside window. We can make a quick match on Ashen Pass during the downtime of the game.
Yeah. Or we can just give some spoilers about what's coming. Or is that confusing? It's probably confusing.
Yeah, it's probably better too.
Because we are confused as well about the changes.
We are still confused because as few of you knows, we have shared the rules for the upcoming living rules change in March, and we are still chatting and gathering feedback from testers and from players all around to see if we have to tweak something, which the card drawing giant seems to be the most dedicated part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, what we can say is that we want to give an incentive to players going into lanes, and right now you only get the incentive of you draw cards only when you damage the tower right now, and it can be 1 or 2 or 3 turns after you actually pushed. So we're trying to tweak that. Is that too much of a spoiler? Too little? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the overall idea is to try to make this game feel more like a MOBA than just a brawl.
An arena.
An arena, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
You know, we have all the minions, the control token mechanics. It's a shame that.
Oh man, you know what we should talk about? We should talk about hordes. Skyter Horde. Without us, actually.
Yeah, which is basically what Apple is trying to do right now.
Exactly.
Defend their base against a horde of minions trying to stay alive.
Right. So actually this is a plug to the solo co-op game we are developing. It's called Skyter Horde. All this game is like fake, and it's just here to give us a chance to talk about it, right? No, I'm kidding. You should say what's happening, by the way. You are the main caster. I'm just the one creating noise.
Well, the point is that is happening nothing. So there's not much I can do rather than just Freya being activated, play the presence to just take 1 fewer damage to the Nexus and kill a minion and lead from the tech. So
But
there's not much really we can do.
Can we say confidently Nexus won't go down and there's gonna be a turn 4, right?
Yeah. Maybe we can. We might spoiler a card from the next set.
No need for that. But Freyal just lost 3 HP with the shield being flipped. So, but he's not getting Tamer anytime, right? Because that could be, if he can resist another turn on 2 lanes. Okay, that's impossible, come on.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible. But this is Skyter, nothing is impossible, so we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, in the YouTube chats, Samuel Ferreira says more cards on hand is good. Everyone seems to agree.
Yeah, everyone seems to agree.
They just want cards.
Card in hand, yeah.
So we're gonna make like Skyter Keyforge. You just draw up to 8 at the end of each turn.
Now we do even better. You draw like 6 or 7 cards, then you remove that from the game and put your deck in your hands. So
exactly. Alejandro is asking about something about a Kickstarter. We will tell you, but all we know is that it's likely going to be in May, right? And we don't know much else for now. It's top secret. We are developing it. We can tell you we want to make sure your miniatures that you already have from the PvP can be used as a upgrade to the components of the game. So the game will ship with cardboard standees, and you can upgrade them with your miniatures. That's something we can tell you. We can also tell you the game is coming out really good. We finally found the right direction for it. Crossing fingers. And we will share a playable version with you very much before the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
We are known for the continuously change around of the game.
Never settle, never settle.
Yeah, birthday Kickstarter actually, yeah. Exactly a couple of years after the first one.
Oh, yeah. Right, 2 years after. I'm gonna be creative with the camera angle, because really, what else can I do?
Yeah, I mean there's a very quick Freya activation wire. Which does nothing, as expected. I mean, next time I will try to put a chess clock on the table and give like 10 seconds per activation to each of the guy to see what's coming up.
I mean, I wish I could fast forward now. I just want to see if there is a last minute change of direction that we cannot see. That would be fun, of course.
Yeah, that would be fine.
But in the meantime, there's another presence coming. Because why not? So that's the first presence in there.
That's gonna be 2 damage to the Nexus, and
look at the perfect mirror here. Both Freya, both with presence. They kind of even out.
Both very useless because any other hero of the game, including like...
They're making presence, you know? They're there to count as a minion, double minion.
Yeah, exactly. So time to count.
And let's remind people again about the match in what? 2 hours?
I will be quick and deadly, so don't worry.
Not a control mirror. Oh wait, there is a slide coming in from Freya. From the upless Freya actually. Targeting... No, okay. No, it's not a slide, sorry, it's a lead. I got distracted. Ricardo, you should be casting this. What are you doing instead?
I'm trying to not fall asleep looking.
2 damage chipped off
2 damage
the
to
Nexus.
Tower crumble on the other side, and 6 minions are on the other side.
Look at this. That's a horde coming.
I will just beg Apples to run away from the table and like pretend to have a technical issue or something like that. Because there's no card in the game, neither present or future, or coming before the next 2 years, that can upset this situation.
Yeah. We could, let me see.
Also, we got like Eric having more cards than Apples, like 2 or 3 more cards. That doesn't make things easier for Apples.
What I can tell you is that Apples has an appointment after this. He has to go to the in-laws to visit them. So maybe he's actually slowing down the game on purpose to, you know, delay the moment when he has to go visit the in-laws. So
yeah, in-laws. What is
it's
in-laws?
like a swatchery.
Ah, right. Okay, it's the parent.
Parent.
Like,
yeah, not parents of the the partner.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so she's trying to like.
Which is not good for us that we're streaming it, but it might be good for him. Let's go to the decks. Let's make a prediction. Who's gonna win the qualifier? Eric? Do you have a favorite?
Let me see the top 8.
Yeah, go see it. In the meantime, I will follow to see if there's anything popping up. And actually chat, if you're still here, and if you're still watching and hearing, what are your predictions, your bet? How did the qualifier go? Type something in the chat. Let's interact.
Keep us awake.
And actually, you know what? We should start doing what they did in Italy, I think. In Italy, for the championship, the Italian championship, they recorded the matches. And first of all, if you recorded this, you don't need to cast all the way through it, just to see how it ends. But more importantly, they do the live streaming with a recorded match that is speeded up 1.5 speed or 2 times speed. So all the downtimes is gone and it's much more enjoyable to watch, I think. We should do that.
So I'm looking up the top 8.
I'm not listening to you.
What? Sorry?
Nothing.
All right. I think I actually have no idea because it's a very huge top 8. So putting out a prediction is incredibly hard. For the creativity, I really hope that Matthias G wins because he has a deck which I love. Because it's like built with all the marksmen.
Oh yeah,
And
I loved it. I used it yesterday.
Yeah, it's something that you don't see often, and it's basically a total attack with Sakoshi and Varil, which is kind of creative. It's a quite high average flip, but not that crazy. Oops. I will just pass the link here.
I can screen share as you talk about it.
Okay, you can also screen share about that because it's definitely more fun than waiting for first activation at the moment. But it's very fun to me because it's something I didn't expect and I pretty much love because blue, red, green, it's a combination that I really like. And yeah, there's no specialist or like wave clear of any kind of this deck.
Sakoshi is the control actually, and he has like combustion and single.
which does make sense because the ranged heroes are the strongest in the control match, and his worship now with no loss required is also kind of nice to kill a minion, and combustion as well does some damage. So yeah, this deck is definitely something I really hope that make it for the creativity and the way it is built.
Yeah, me too. I dig for it.
I still don't understand why Kotlik is...
Wait, there is a kill. There is a kill coming. Maybe. No. Or maybe yes. There is a sacrifice from Atlas Frail to Eric Frail. That would bring her down to... Okay.
You can bring back to the... I'm joking. So there's a little bit of action here. It's
in response.
The ultimate of the other Frail answering sacrifice to keep everyone more than alive.
Come on.
So if there was an option to do something for apples, it's now the time to flip the table. Because actually, no, not really, but almost with sacrifice losing to life with free health, apples almost took more damage than Eric in this activation.
Yeah, so they say combustion is an underrated card. Do you agree?
Yeah, bring back the deck because it's more fun.
Yeah, like.
And yeah, I agree that combustion is a very underrated card. Mostly if you use them with a mage, because with a good flip in your deck, because like 2 to 3 damage to a hero with a minion kill, it's almost an attack, and a minion's gone. So well, it's definitely a good card, I think.
On Ashen Pass even more, I think. And what about Recall? Yeah. I'm falling in love with it now. Recall. Tell me about
Well,
recall.
recall. I think it's a nice card against a flip deck because it gives you like 9 life, which is basically everything that a flip deck does in one activation. So 8-10 damage, something like that. So you kind of roll back one of their activation with just one of your activation in one card. So it's not that bad actually. Oh well, yeah, combustion is piercing as well. So it doesn't really need a mage to pull off at least best. A bit more damage to Freyal now from an attack of the other Freyal with the +3 on the top. So it might happen that with a +2, yay! There is a kill. No. Why not? Why not? That was a skirmish. Never mind. For a second, I thought there was a kill in the game, but that didn't happen.
You know what? Actually, this will be tiebreak win if it was a time tournament, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because Eric has more damage on towers and now you are killed. Let's remind people, because this, I think not everyone knows tiebreakers. And you basically score 1 point if you kill the most heroes. And you score another point if you damaged the most the towers. And finally, you score the 3rd point if you are the one with most counters on victory cards, like Onslaught and Tamer. And so in this situation, it will be 1 point for Eric, dealing most damage to towers, and no points for victory cards, no points for killing, right? So
meanwhile, Eric is activating a Strider, Halbit back with Worship, leading from deck, and sleeping on his X because there's no minion to kill actually. Is this the first playoff match of the qualifier, or another one was already played before? Anyone knows?
it's actually the first. It's actually the first. I think there is a schedule posted in the channel somewhere, and there are at least 2 tables that are not scheduled yet.
Oh yeah, I can see that. So later on tonight, Technica versus Pittoner.
Right. I don't know if it's gonna get streamed, but what I think is we should start recording more and streaming of recorded matches that are sped up at 1.5 or 2 per.
Or just streaming just the flip decks. So the game lasts like 40 minutes when it really goes long.
No, I mean it's fun to see controls. Like it was nice to see turn 3 here, but turn 3 and 4 you could just make a bullet points and would be the same, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, and since we are doing this also for players interested in checking out the game, I think it will be best for everyone, veterans and new players alike, to see more entertaining matches. And I think they are enjoying it on their end, and they shouldn't rush it because they're being streamed. It's like we have 2 priorities here, right? They're playing a game and we're watching it, and the fun doesn't always align.
I think the main problem is that it's like inevitable death, right? So there's nothing Apples can do.
Okay, but let forget about this game specifically. You know, in general, there are many games that you can come back with this victory condition or others.
Every game, yeah.
Almost every game. So it's more about the fact that on turn 3 and onward, You really have so many options. It's fine to stop and think more, right? There is avalanche coming. Watch out.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Avalanche coming from Brilvar, Apples Brilvar. Is going to bring the other Brilvar all the way out, unless a sinkhole comes.
What's the point? What's the point in rolling the other?
I don't know. Right? I don't know.
Basically, there's nothing happen, right? Ultimate with another ultimate, and yeah.
So did he cast? Did he actually cast the avalanche? No. Okay, it was a glitch. Never mind.
It was a glitch. It was a glitch. And yeah, so Akrit is just going to move and sleep on his X as well, on her X as well, because there's no minions, so there's not much that the Eric heroes can do in this game. Apple's Nexus feels a bit overwhelmed.
Yep.
And he has Shilavi and Astrida. Maybe she can kill Freyal, but there's not much of a value in that. Because at the moment, the real threat is on the lane number 2. Which is probably a good spot to go for a Soul Scream by Shilavi and another attack. But well, yeah, the shapeshifted Brilver is going to deny an action, so the Brilver... Or actually with a charm, Shilavi can charm away the condition from Brilver, move into the spot, and try to kill 2 minions with passive and attack. And well,
that's not enough because you still have 5 minions, right?
Yeah. You also need a Soul Scream or an ultimate or maybe a Wind Blast.
Just one less minion, right?
Yeah.
A sacrifice?
I guess Freyal is trying to kill Freyal? Freyal is trying to kill Freyal. Okay, you conceded.
It's official, yeah.
It's official. He gave up.
I think he responded to that with a nourish. So that,
that was good.
Yeah, he tried to kill Freyal, but then Freyal healed again, and so he gave up. That's fair.
It's a good game. So Apple scramble in the end as expected, but that was a pretty intense tactical game.
Yeah, up until end of turn 2, I think.
Yeah, that's a one way toward the poor Apple's Nexus.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see in a couple of hours.
2 hours.
See exactly. Defeat. Sorry.
Exactly 2 hours, right?
Exactly 2 hours.
Yeah. Nice.